let's gather round. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels. And of course, it's a wonderful, beautiful morning here in Queen City, Nevis. Some slight, a little bit of drizzle and a little bit of cloud cover. But the good news is that you are listening to Youth on the Go. And on Youth on the Go, we don't just bring you the sunshine, we bring you the entire sun. So I am here this morning, and my name is Zanella Claxton from the Department of Education, alongside my co-host,
DeAndre Daniel.
All right, DeAndre. It has been an exciting and long week for all of us, and for some of us, it was a short week since we had a holiday on Monday. But for some of us, you know, we ensured that we were on task and focused for the entire week, and so we have some persons who have been writing and preparing for their CXC CSEC exams, and I want to, at the top of the show, continue to encourage those persons to keep studying. You're almost at the end. Keep studying, keep working, keep ensuring that you do what you need to do well in those exams. We also have some students who are preparing for their test of standards exams, and we also have persons who are preparing for the upcoming spelling bee. Some of the schools would have had their preliminary round and would have selected their students who represent. And so at this point, we want to take this opportunity to encourage everyone out there in Radioland to, and of course, who are following via social media, to support the students on Thursday morning. From 9 a.m. we will see the primary school spelling bee, and the spelling bee is sponsored by the Dr. Lornett Mills Charitable Fund, and also by HarperCollins publishers. So we are looking forward to a very interactive and competitive yet educational experience. So at 9 a.m. on Thursday, we're encouraging all of you to come on out and, of course, to support the students as they vie for the Spelling Bee champion. And then at 1 p.m. we'll return. We'll see the secondary school students, and they will also be competing in a spelling bee as well. And so for the entire day on Thursday, we will be rallying around our students and supporting and encouraging them in the annual spelling bee hosted by the Department of Education. So the place to be on Thursday, I know you might have to ask for a few hours off if you're going to come out and support and cheer, but the place to be on Thursday is NEPAC, where we will see our students competing in the annual spelling bee. And so come on out and support them and ensure that they feel our presence, our community presence, and they know that the important thing in all of this is that they give of their best and continue to grow and develop accordingly. We also know that the family book feud is coming up, and so we want to once again encourage all of you. So Thursday the 16th of May we have the spelling bee. The family book feud will be hosted on the 25th of May. So next week we'll focus in a bit on the family book feud so that everyone is aware of what's happening, what the topics are, and all of that. But we have the schools, the parents and the children are preparing. They're ensuring that they have a very interactive and entertaining night for us in our annual family book feud hosted by the Department of Education. The school library and the school librarians, of course, have come together with the education officer responsible for school libraries, Ms. Londa Brown, and they are working towards ensuring that this event will be a very, very successful one. And so I think those are our updates and our invitations right off the from the start for all persons who are interested in making sure that we're supporting our students, we're supporting our schools. Now, the last time I went to the family book fair, DeAndre, have you ever been? Ever been? You've never been? So you have an activity to attend on the 25th of May. The last time I went, the some of the schools, you know, just like for interprimary, the schools have their school colors, of course. And for interprimary, people would wear shirts that represent their schools. At the last family book fair I attended, people had on their school colors. So when you walked into NEPAC, you saw a sea of colors. And everybody, you could tell the section here was St. James Primary because you saw the red. And then the section over here was Ivor Walters because you saw the burgundy. And it spread out throughout
So they're not like mixed up, like they're in one.
some people, some for some of the schools, they kind of sat in close proximity to each other. I guess because they wanted to make sure that their cheers could be heard, and especially for the smaller schools where you have, you know, not as many persons enrolled. When they come together and they cheer, and they're in the closed space, you know, it's really loud and you have that high energy, and so that showed up for the last time I went. And I'm encouraging, you can wear your school color, you can support your team by wearing your school color as well, just like you would for any athletic or any other event. This is just an academic, fun, family-friendly event hosted by the Department of Education, in particular the school libraries, and the librarians are working, as I said, diligently and assiduously to ensure that this event is a success. We also have the Tourism Youth Congress, and that will be held on the 21st of May at NEPAC, and we would have heard about the Tourism Youth Congress. It's an annual event. It happens during Exposition Nevis, and of course we know we are currently in the process of experiencing Exposition Nevis. And so the Tourism Youth Congress sees representation from each of the 3 high schools. We have 2 students who represent each of the high schools, and they have an opportunity to present on a topic, a prepared topic, which relates to tourism, and then they have an unseen topic that they have to kind of do an extempo, impromptu presentation. And so the Tourism Youth Congress, we're supporting our high schoolers on the 21st of May at NEPAC once again, where they'll make their presentations. Last year's presentations were dynamic. I was so enthralled. I was sitting there kind of leaned over. I didn't want to move or miss a beat because the students were well prepared. They were well prepared, and so kudos to the Ministry of Tourism for hosting this event, and of course to all of our teachers and students who have to work behind the scenes to ensure that our presenters are top class. So the 21st of May, NEPAC, the Tourism Youth Congress, and at the end of that Congress they usually select the Junior Minister of Tourism for the year, who would then go on to compete at the Caribbean level. And in the past we've known, you know, some of the persons who have done very well. We had Cleticia Daniel, we had Roger Williams, who was able to win locally and regionally, Neela Jones, who was able to win locally and regionally as well. We had Shalicia Glassford. I think she might have been the first Junior Minister of Tourism. So we've had several persons who have done well, and each year we've seen them doing very, 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 very well. And so we want to continue to encourage them as they continue to prepare for that. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughn Radio.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. This storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels. Welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. And every Saturday we are here with you sharing opportunities, we're sharing activities, ensuring that our students, our young people know of all that are happening, so that they can get involved. The parents and the adults know, so that they can ensure that they get their young people involved, and of course they get them registered for whatever activities are to ensure that they're in attendance, so that they can learn and grow further. Before we move on, DeAndre, it was also a very exciting week. I spoke about Exposition Nevis towards the end of before the break. This week we had a very eventful week where our students participated in several activities hosted by the Ministry of Tourism through the Exposition Nevis calendar. And so some students had a hospitality immersion experience at Four Seasons. The high schoolers had a hospitality immersion experience at Four Seasons, and they were able to go to Four Seasons and get tours and hands-on activities that would help them to learn more about the hospitality industry. The primary schoolers, some select primary schools, were able to go to Nisbet's Plantation and do the same. And they also had last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, they had a tour of Bansgut, a historic tour where they were able to learn about the history of Bansgut, a walking tour. And so many of the primary school students were involved in that. And of course, yesterday they were able to go to the New Vision Heritage Village for Heritage Day and get an opportunity to see the evolution of housing on Nevis, which of course the New Vision Heritage Village is very rich in our New Vision housing history and our history on a whole. And they were able also to get to witness firsthand, I know, bread being baked in a mock old-fashioned oven, and they had red butter. Have you ever seen butter, that reddish dark orange butter? No, that's an old time thing. The Andrea should have made it to Heritage Day, but the persons were able to eat their bread baked in that stone oven with that butter and have a real traditional experience. So the children were able to be part of that. We had representation from the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation. There was some cultural entertainment in the form of masquerades and big drums and that kind of thing, so that the students can get a full cultural experience all in one space. And so Exposition Nevis is going well as it relates to our students and how they have been getting involved and learning and growing, and it will continue to do well. And I want to once again commend the Ministry of Tourism and the tourism educators for a job well done. We know that, DeAndre, that this week has been a very eventful one, and you told me about a project and I thought it was pretty awesome. And we're going to give DeAndre his spotlight, or I can't remember the exact. DeAndre, what did we call it? DeAndre's... Yeah, he's like me. He's
Update of the week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So it's DeAndre. DeAndre's going to give us his update, and then, of course, we're going to continue giving other updates.
So on Tuesday, I have to carry in this project. It's like a space probe. Those things that you send up into space, like those things that you send up into space.
Like satellites.
Not necessarily satellites, but like you send them up into space, like a rocket ship, right? So there's like a little control remote car. So pretend that is in a rocket ship. They'll send that to like Mars or the moon, because there's one on Mars right now.
Okay.
So they sent one to Mars, and then like the rocket ship will open somehow, and then I'm just making it easier for you to understand. So I'm gonna
Yes,
say
me and everybody else who would
yeah,
not
I'm
understand.
gonna say robot car, and the
Uh-huh.
robot car would jump out of the rocket ship, and then it could control itself, or it could be controlled from Earth. So I
Oh,
have to make something like a rocket ship, and I have to get make everything it needs on the rocket ship. But it's not really like a rocket ship. That's like it's something like that, but it's gonna be like human size that human could fit in. The one on Mars, it's like a small. It looks like a really small Thai car, but it looks weird. It's like it has satellites on it, and then it has cameras, so it's gonna look weird.
so the one that you're building, is it going to be something that you're going to have to put the robot in, or
Oh no, that's a robot.
it's a okay?
Yeah.
So what is yours going to look like in terms of size? It would be like the size of a cell phone, or it would be the size of a
It's
table.
supposed
Or,
to be smaller
Small.
than 2 feet times 2 feet.
oh,
something
okay,
like
so
that.
2 by 2. Mhm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be smaller than that.
Okay.
So I have it smaller than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to shape out the ship, the rocket ship shape, or
No.
you're creating your own.
Yeah, I have to shape up the chairs and the computers and then the many people inside it. Then I have to cut the front of the box and get this kind of clear paper, so that's gonna be like the glass, like
Mhm.
you could see through it. And then then I have to like get some papers and cover the outside of the box and be like add some like satellites, and then I have to make wheels to go on the box, and then I have to make like on the rocket, like the probe, they have this type of like hand thing to like if they want to pick up some rocks and carry back.
Yes,
to-
yes.
So I have to pick up that, and then I have to make a little shovel just in case they want to pick up some dirt. So I like.
So and you have to have the containers to put them in.
Yeah, so it's like got a lot of things to do because like I have to make a manual like talking about the ship, like when it's gonna leave, where it's gonna leave, the date, what type of ship it is, with the name of it. Yeah, and then I have to put some like 3 missions. It's like one of my first mission is like it has to pick up the rock. Then my second mission has to get some dirt to collect, collect some dirt, and then my third mission is like it's gonna drive around to see if the vehicle is like good enough for that type of terrain, or I need to make it like high standard more. So I have a lot of things to do.
So you're going to do all this on the weekend? You have to, because it has to be done by Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, all the best. It sounds exciting though. How do you feel about it?
In my case, if I wasn't doing it, I'd be like, yes, that's a great project. But it's like if I'm doing it,
Is that gonna work?
yeah, I have to be like, yeah, it's gonna be tiring, but I have to get a lot of things to cut out the thing properly, because if I use a normal scissors, it's gonna be like, it's not gonna come out.
Yes, so you
how
need like a
want it
box
to come
cutter.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a box cutter.
Yeah, because it's like, you know how when you're cutting a box with a knife, it's gonna leave some like, if this is the box, like some pieces of things we start cutting
Yes.
off, and you don't want that.
Or if you, what you could do too is to get some duct tape. They have decorated duct tape.
Like the colorful ones.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be colorful. It could be one color, just not. Or it could be the black. It depends on what your color theme is for your ship. And you line the edges after you've cut them, so they look smooth and neat.
Like it's like it could make it look like you have lights on it, because some of them look like
Yeah,
they glow,
yeah,
but they don't
yeah,
glow.
yeah.
Like the bright green.
Yes,
The bright green one
yeah.
looks like it glows, so they put it around.
Yes. Or just like a window pane has a border around it, you just put it around it to make sure it's smooth.
I wanted to make an upstairs and downstairs because like my box is tall, and my mom said it doesn't make sense I cut it, because if I cut it, it's gonna be like that's the only box I have, so I don't want to cut it. And then like I was planning, I'm not sure but how I'm gonna make the roof, if I should make it like rocket size, with the point. I'm not sure if I should make it that way or just leave it like flat. I'm not sure. So it's like if it would go up, and then I'm not sure. I have to figure out that part.
How are you gonna figure out?
Getting it to St. Kitts.
Well, you're gonna have to put it on a boat. I guess you'll have to use a cargo boat. No, but how are you going to? Are you going to spend some time planning your design out for the ship before you? I know you're in conversation with your mama. Are you going to draw it out first before you start working on it?
I kind of did that already.
Okay.
But it's not done.
Okay.
But if it's not done, like I have some things that I have. So my mom told someone I feel like he could make the wheels, but it's not gonna be like just the wheels. It's gonna be like the board. So the wheels are gonna hook to the
Board, and then you put the box on
yeah.
top of the board, which
Yeah.
makes sense because they have that as your base.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be like the boxes there where it could slide off. It's gonna be like when the box comes like this, you just put in the box. Okay, if you just push it, the box is gonna just go off the board. So I'm gonna put like a border around the board and then put the box inside.
So, quick question: you already have your people. You're gonna have to make your people, or you're going to buy people to go into the.
That's a good
box?
idea,
Because I know sometimes action figures.
I think I
Are-
could buy them because I don't want to make them out of paper and then like I put them to
And
stand
flop?
up. Yeah, every time I go to school they're like,
Yeah, they bump them all over.
I like that. So I think I'm gonna buy people or ask someone if we could just borrow their little
Action
toy
fixes.
Legos.
Yeah.
For just a couple days until I get that back.
That's a pretty exciting assignment, though.
Yeah, so if I make that and everything turns out well, I'm gonna be like, Mom, I just made a space probe. I could go and work for NASA now.
I know.
So have a great day.
But that's good, though. It helps you to think along that line, though, and I think that is always the purpose of education, to help you to think outside the box, literally. And I love the component where you had to make a manual to go with
Yeah,
With
to
the-
talk about the
to
thing.
talk about it
And then I
and
have to make
describe
a
it.
little picture to put on the paper so when I give the teacher, she could see. I have to label it too.
Mm,
I have to label
So
it.
you have to label the probe.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like
so
the
you had-
outside.
Okay. So were you able to? So tell us how exactly you came about this project. What was the lead up? Did you study anything about space or space probes in class, or is it just something you randomly got?
No, we're in space right now. We started with space craters. So like we went outside, then we got flour and stones, and then we measure how big and how fast it's going. So we had a lab report on that, and then we moved from space probe to astronaut suits, and then from astronaut suits to we had to make an astronaut. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like a real life astronaut. That was kind of difficult because like you have to make a person's face inside, so, and that was kind of difficult. Then they left from the astronaut to space probe. Yeah, I've learned a lot of things about it, so I think I'm gonna go good. I think I'm gonna go.
So you think that you have an inclination, or you feel like working in space is something that you could do, or is it something you're not interested in? I mean, through your studies and all of that.
I wouldn't want to work up there,
But a
I
space
would-
program.
Yeah, I would like to go to space, but I wouldn't want to work up there because I have to stay up there for 6 months,
Yeah,
and then
each time.
you have to like, exercise for an hour and a half, I think,
Mhm.
because like they say the gravity make your both like your muscles get weaker because you're like,
Yeah.
so you don't have to put no strength
Yes.
in anything, so you have to exercise for an hour and a half
Every day.
every day. And that, like thinking of that, it's like, oh wait, no, they have to tie you down to the
Oh, to-
treadmill too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
They tie
okay.
you down to the treadmill too.
Because you'll keep
Yeah,
You
you
keep
every
floating.
time you're running, you're like,
floating. Yeah, so you wouldn't be work.
yeah.
Okay.
You have to tie you down to the treadmill.
Well, I think that's a very interesting project. When you made the astronaut, did you make it? That was a separate project, or is it part of this project?
Separate project.
Oh, okay.
So a lab report on the craters,
Mhm.
a project on the astronauts, and now a next project on the space probe.
And how long did you get to work on the project?
The space
From when they
probe?
gave it to you to when you have to turn it in?
She gave us about last week. Wait,
About-
today? No, today's still Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday. So like about Tuesday, last week
So
Tuesday.
you got a week.
Yeah,
Tuesday to
last week
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. Well, I wish you all the best on the project. I know you're going to do well. You've been doing well. And so keep working hard. And of course, we know that some other students are out there who have different projects working on as well. And we want to encourage them to also work hard on their projects and do them well. And so how much do you know how much points or what your grade would be like, the top grade
Oh,
that you
yeah,
can get from
they-
this project?
They have
It's worth how much?
they have the points like they would say like manual mission and they'll show you how many points.
Yeah,
that
okay,
get.
okay,
And then
okay.
At the total of the paper, everything comes up to 100 points.
Nice, nice. All right. That sounds really exciting. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
VON vibrates. The whole Caribbean must shake.
860 AM, the Powerhouse.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. This storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome back to another day of Youth on the Go. We're not bringing you the sunshine, but we're bringing you the whole sun.
You forgot to introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, my name is DeAndre Daniel, and alongside my co-host Zanella Claxton.
Oh gosh, I couldn't even introduce myself. From time to time, I give him an opportunity to explore. DeAndre, thank you so much for that introduction. All right, and just before the break, we were talking about your projects and doing projects. But before we continue with that, we're going to go on over to Melissa to do something very important because it's at the bottom of the hour.
You see, this is why I told him this morning, if you don't make it, he can always host. But he got cold feet and stuff. You know you can do it, DeAndre. So good morning and happy Saturday to all of you over there in studio number 2. And of course, my favorite person in the whole world, Lee, Paris, Cambridge, there in London, England. Good morning, Lee. How are you? Happy Saturday to you. And of course, it's from all of us here at the Eastern Caribbean's Powerhouse. Hope you're doing well. And of course, we still have you in our prayers. We pray for your wellness. And of course, we pray for you to get right back here to us. Here at the Eastern Caribbean's Powerhouse, we always have a spot here for you. And you are always welcome. So from all of us here at Vaughn Radio, the extended family, the Youth on the Go crew over there in Studio 2, happy Saturday to you, Lee, and your family and friends.
All right. And of course, Melissa, this morning, Lee would have had to give us a jump start because, as I said, the cloud cover is outside and it's drizzling a bit, but it would have been good morning. So we just want to say...
Yes, with that special song, It's a Beautiful Day,
yes.
even though it's not a beautiful day outside.
That's what we're talking about when we say you bring the entire sun. We're not even just worried about the sunshine. But we want to also, DeAndre, to spend some time this morning highlighting that tomorrow is a very special day as well. And so we want to give persons an opportunity, if they feel so inclined, to call in to wish their family members, their mothers, grandmothers, a happy Mother's Day. And we'll talk a bit about Mother's Day, what our plans are. I hope DeAndre has plans and that I'm not putting him on the spot.
No,
But you can't put your plans on the ear if they're a surprise.
No, she knows, but I picked up my gift yesterday. She doesn't know what it is, but she knows I have a gift.
Okay, so DeAndre already got his gift.
Yeah.
And so we'll be able, DeAndre will get a chance to say good morning and happy Mother's Day to some very significant people. And once again, if you want to call in and say happy Mother's Day to anybody, make sure that you know that you can do so for a bit so that we can feel the love and spread the love to all of our mothers out there.
Just for mommy's sake, DeAndre, where are you hiding that gift?
Ah! You can't say it on the air.
Nothing?
It's not really hiding. It's not hiding.
Oh, it's in
It's
plain
not?
sight?
It's in plain sight?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
But she, like, you know when you have something, you're not hiding it, but it's like there, but you're not gonna know like it's there, but you're not hiding it still. Although you tell her that it's right there, she'll be like, has been there for so long, and have been looking for it. So
Okay,
It's a-
Masha, you heard that? It's in plain sight. Go look for it.
It's like Christmas. Christmas for
Yes.
mothers.
yes.
All right. So, DeAndre, is there anyone you would like to say Happy Mother's Day to?
I like to say second. Yeah, wait, is it first? Second. Yeah, I like to say happy second Mother's Day to my aunt, my mom's sister, Kellyanna Dixon, because like it's her second Mother's Day so far. So I like to say congratulations for her second Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day, and I like to say happy Mother's Day to my auntie in Spring Hill, Auntie Sandy. Yeah, my dad's sister. I like to say happy Mother's Day. And then also happy Mother's Day to my mom. You'll get your gift tomorrow. Because, I always give my mom a gift every year, but I didn't get her one last year because I was broke last year.
Oh, but you're
Yeah.
not this year.
Yeah,
You got a job.
Time was tough last year, so I got some couple things work out this year, so I got her a gift this year. So only one time I missed. I started giving her a gift in 2016, then 17, and then it's 2015. I started 2015, then I got her on the 16, then 17. I missed 18, but I came back in 2019.
They came back strong.
Yeah, because she said, DeAndre, you have no gift for me. I said, Mommy, all I have is Happy Mother's Day. I'm broke this year. His mama said, okay, DeAndre, I got you. So she said, DeAndre, have you a gift for me this year? I said, yes. I don't pick it up yesterday. I have it ready.
Oh, my goodness.
It's ready.
Tell your mom she's not supposed to be begging for a gift. I'm just kidding. You're supposed to be giving it.
No, because she gets eager because she says that I give her the best gift.
Wow.
Because like in 2017, she said, oh, I need a radio, I can't find a radio. And I bought her that radio. She's like, oh my gosh, radio, you hear me saying that? I said, Mom, you said so like every
day?
5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, she said you need a radio. So I just bought her one. So, and then I got her, those little perfume bags thing that I got her one of those too. So, yeah. The gift that I bought for her, I thought that one thing was supposed to come in it, but 2 things came in
Well,
it.
that's even better.
And
2
then
for the
it's
price of 1.
Yeah, because it was for $50.
Oh,
but she knows it.
Oh, what was
Don't-
that? What was that?
Don't tell me that you got the money from your mother.
No.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah. So she gave me a discount.
Okay.
And I'm like, when I looked at it, it's like there's 2 things in there. I'm like, wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
What was the other thing?
Melissa, you're on a roll today.
Yes, Masha wants to know.
Well, I want to also join Leandre in saying Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there in Radioland, all of you watching via Facebook and via YouTube. I want to say a special good morning and Happy Mother's Day to my mother, Evelina Claxton, there at Craddock Road, and my sisters, Avelicia Claxton, to all of my aunts. And I know that list is long, and if I start to call the names, I'm going to run into some serious trouble. So to all of my aunts, Happy Mother's Day to you as well, and to my cousins, Happy Mother's Day to you tomorrow. And I hope that you're able to have a very relaxing day, and that everyone will be able to pamper you on this Mother's Day. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of our teachers, our education officials, our education officers and coordinators. Happy Mother's Day to all of you, and I also wish you a very restful day tomorrow as you celebrate Mother's Day. I also want to say Happy Mother's Day to the entire staff at the department. Well, those who are mothers, of course, our administrative officers and secretaries, administrative professionals, all of you, happy Mother's Day. Melissa, do you have any Mother's Day greetings to send out? While we're waiting for anyone who wants to call in, we would like to give them the opportunity to call in and say Happy Mother's Day.
I've been saying Happy Mother's Day since last night. But okay.
Really?
Happy Mother's Day to my lovely mom over there in Library Hill. She listening. She probably wondering why I calling her name. I ain't calling your name. I just saying Happy Mother's Day.
And lovely mom.
Love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to my lovely friends and other family members who are moms, who are mothers, looking forward to tomorrow and their gift, just like Masha is. So, happy Mother's Day to all of you, and of course, happy Mother's Day next year, Zan. And
Melissa. Or the year after. Or the year after that.
and the year after that.
Or we could just take it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, there are mothers out there who did not give birth, but in some way, shape, or form, they might have had some type of, way of raising other kids. Maybe their nieces, nephews, family members, or maybe, just adopted somebody. So happy Mother's Day to you all as well. In every way, shape, or form, we are all mothers.
Yes.
So, yes.
Melissa and DeAndre, who's cooking tomorrow? I'm hoping, last year DeAndre learned to make eggs. Remember Melissa? He went to camp.
Oh, yeah.
And he learned to do eggs without dropping the shells in the... So I'm hoping that DeAndre has a plan.
Camp? Oh.
Yes. I'm hoping that we have a plan tomorrow. I want to know who's cooking breakfast so I can just stop by and get an extra few plates, not one plate, few plates to feed all the mothers in my life. So who's cooking?
DeAndre, you cooking?
No.
No?
No.
You're not cooking for Mom tomorrow?
She have to get up at 5:30, so I have to
So you get up at 4:30?
So like I get up at 7, she get up at 5:30. Every time I comes out, start cooking, she's like, what is that? Like she's already gonna know like what I'm cooking.
Oh, so it can't be a surprise.
Yeah, because I want her to stay in bed and then I bring the food to her.
Well, tell her stay in bed. Masha, stay in bed tomorrow.
Because I gave her a nice hot stone massage last night.
You did?
Yes.
You know how to do that?
Yeah, like the stones are hot, so like I had to wait like 5 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to get the stones because like, every time I pick them up, I
Or
drop
too
them.
hot, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to rub them in some. I use the cream. She said when you use cream and oil, the cream moisten. No, the cream. So the cream does something, and then the oil moistens the skin. So, yeah, and then she fell asleep, and then I'm like,
While you're doing it?
yeah, I was talking to her, and then she fell asleep, and I said, "Oh, I'm talking to
No,
myself."
that's the
now.
life.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself,
I
and
think
then
I have to take a DeAndre home.
and then she woke up this morning and said she heard everything she was saying, but she thought it was a dream. I'm like, wow. Because it's like you're sleeping and then like you have a dream about me talking to you. It's like, that's weird. But yeah, she loved it. And she wanted to give me $5 as tip, but I said, no,
Oh, you...
just keep it.
No charge. No charge.
No charge. This is all on me.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
next time you could give me the $5.
No,
but-
Melissa, we need to play that song for him.
No charge, right?
No charge, no charge. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Sugar City St. Kitts. Keep it sweet. Keep listening to Vaughn.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past this quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. This storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Vaughn Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Bond Radio. I am Zanella Claxton from the Department of Education alongside my co-host.
DeAndre Daniel.
And you almost caught us, radio listeners and Facebook viewers, and Melissa, because we're in here talking about the gift. But Melissa didn't get an insight into it, because if we had gone live, everybody would have heard. And we can't have everybody hearing before DeAndre's Mom on Mother's Day. So, DeAndre, Melissa is trying to get you to get up at 4:30 tomorrow. In the event that you do that, call me, let me know, so I can stop by for some breakfast. All right, remember, if you would like to call in and say Happy Mother's Day to any of the mothers in your lives, you are free to do so. We came across some very short poems which relate to mothers, and I just wanted to dedicate this one. Angel Mother. Mother, you're the angel who brought me into being and watched over me. You guided me, sheltered me, repaired me, and restored me. When I was lost, your focused attention and unconditional love lifted me and showed me the way. I give you the credit for the best part of who I am today. I don't have words or gifts or anything that's worth enough to let you know what having you in my life has meant to me. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you with all my heart. That was a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was dedicated to my mother. And, of course, I'm dedicating it as well to DeAndre's mom, Masha, and to Melissa's mom as well. So that one went out and to all of them. We have another short one that we're going to do, DeAndre, and then I have to share with the general public quickly of an experience I had last night, and then we have a quick thing that DeAndre wants to make sure everybody knows before we leave this morning. Extraordinary mom. What can I say of my wonderful mother? An extraordinary person, a mom like no other. Whenever I need you, you're always there. You listen, understand, and show that you care. You do the things other moms all do, but Mom, there's just so much more to you. It's hard to describe the feelings I feel. My love for you, Mom, is deep and real. I appreciate you more than I could ever say. To my extraordinary mom, happy Mother's Day. DeAndre, I don't know about you, but moms are very special. Dads are special too, but moms are very special. I saw a picture this morning that said that they had to hire, this family had to hire people to fill the roles of the mother for Mother's Day. And, you know, you have one mother, and they had to hire a cleaner, a driver, a nurse, a chef. I mean, they had to hire about 10, 15 people for the day to do the things that one mother does on a given day. And so one mother to 10, 15 people shows you just how many hats mothers wear on a given day. A teacher, a doctor, I mean, just everything, to counselor, everything to support the family and to help the children and make sure that they're being successful and that they're going along the right path. I want to, before we leave, DeAndre, to take a few moments out to say commendations and kudos to the Gingerland Wesleyan Holiness Church. They had a production last night. It was unbelievable, DeAndre. I say to everyone, it was a night well spent because we were able to laugh and really enjoy ministry. The play was entitled Tested, Tried, Triumphed, and it was written by Miss Elvira Simmons, my grade 6 teacher, and she also directed the play. And we saw a very outstanding cast, and I thought for a second I was in a theater somewhere in New York, maybe Broadway. It was extremely well done. The flow, at no point were you bored. The audience was laughing. It was somewhat comic, but it also had a message, and the message, of course, being that no matter what you go through in life, that you will triumph if you abide with, and if God abides in you, and if you ensure that you remain with God. And so I want to say commendations once again to the church, Pastor Salome James, And I want to also highlight the cast a bit for 2 or 3 minutes, just because they were outstanding, exceptional last night. And we had Meredith Pemberton, Derry Hendrickson, Akiana Skelton, Kira Herbert, Sharicia Liebert, Dejuan Pemberton, Patricia Hanley, Paula Griffin, Troylyn Evelyn, and of course we had Miss Elvira Simmons, who, as I said, is a playwright and director. And I would go back to it 2 more, 3 more times if they decided to do a repeat performance. And so I want to encourage people, when you hear of educational experiences take different forms, when you hear of activities such as these, it doesn't ever hurt to attend and to be part of it, because as I said, it was a stellar play. It was exceptional. It was good. The whole time, you should have seen me, I'm like leaning forward, making sure I don't miss a beat. We had some singers who came in during the transitions. You had Vinell Powell, you had Kimon Moving, you had Alistair Dorr, you had some of the gentlemen from the church, Stanley Grand, Mark Liebert, and Miguel Mills, who also sang. Renford Dorr. We had a lot of persons who and we had some little girls who said poems. The transitions were really smooth as well. And so we just want to big up Gingerland Wesleyan Holiness Church this morning and the entire cast. DeAndre, from somebody like you who knows that, when you have lines and you have to do a play, it takes some work. This play, you could tell that they have been practicing for months. It would take most people a year to do as well as they did, but they have been practicing for months, and you could tell that they did a very good job. And so I'm calling out to them to do a repeat performance just because I want to go back. But if not, I want to encourage, as I said, people to support the arts and to support ministry through the arts. And you can learn so much by attending activities such as these. And so commendations once again to all the persons who were involved. And then DeAndre, I understand that we have just about a week from today, we have a very special event or activity or occurrence. It's a special date. What's happening a week from today? Melissa, you listening? What's happening a week from today? I don't know what's happening next Saturday. Well, we're going to be on Youth on the Go. Well, at least I will be on Youth on the Go. I don't know. Some other people might not be on Youth on the Go. But
why not?
I don't know. DeAndre, what's happening next Saturday?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? No?
Melissa, do you know?
I have no idea. I thought you knew.
Okay, it's my birthday.
Yay!
No, that's what I'm not happy. I'm happy, but the most thing I'm happy about is I'm officially, finally gonna be like a teenager. When I go to youth, you're like, "Oh, welcome. This is the teen youth." I'm like, I'm 12. I'm not teen yet, but I'll take it still. So when I'm 13, I'm gonna be like, "Yep, I'm a teen now." So teen youths, and then the boy Ty who goes to St. Kitts with me, he was born a year before me, but he was born in December. So when he's gonna make 14 before I do. But when he was 12, I was saying, oh, I'm the same age. And now he's 13. He's like, okay, how old are you? And he's 12 and I'm 13. But I told him when I come 13, I'm gonna be like, I'm 13 now. We're the same age. You're not older. I'm not younger. We're the same age. So he can't wait for him to be 14. So it's like, I'm gonna have my little extra months of bragging, but I'm 13 now.
Okay,
yes.
So you have a few months to brag.
Yes.
DeAndre, you're too much. All right, so we don't know if DeAndre will make it next week.
I want to come
discussion, but he wants to come in. But in the event that he doesn't, we know that next Saturday is DeAndre Day, all day. And I know he's going to celebrate DeAndre style.
Yes.
And so we know that's grand because he's grand about announcing that he's going to be a teenager. So can you imagine?
Yes.
Can you imagine? He's glowing. I think he's been counting down forever to be a teenager. And
From
so,
the year started.
yeah, since January.
And you know one thing everybody hates me in school for, because it's like I'll be in class and I'll be like, oh, my birthday's in here, everybody, you said so already, you're gonna say so again, and everyone's like, I can't wait till your birthday to be over. And I'm like, no, it's not gonna be like that, because it's over now. I would be like, no, my birthday's gone, it's done, it's past.
I'm telling you, I've never seen anybody this excited about
no
the
one is in
birthday.
my class is so excited like me, because they're like, okay, my birthday's coming
Yeah,
up.
your
No
birthday is coming
problem.
up. No problem.
And I'm
DeAndre.
like, oh my God.
DeAndre.
It's just how I grew it up, because like every birthday, my mom like, DeAndre, your birthday's here! Yay! So I'm like, oh my God, the birthday's coming! So yeah.
DeAndre, you know you're too much, right?
Yeah. That's what, that's what when I was in St. Thomas's, my grade 2 teacher told me she never seen someone so happy about their birthday.
And you're still happy
Yes.
at almost 13?
From grade 2. That was like about 7, 6. Yeah.
Well, the listening and viewing audience, as of next Saturday, we will have a teenager in the house.
Yes.
And so
I'll be a year older from now, so I'll be like, what is it, a preteen now. I want to come back next week
you're
as
gonna
a
be a teen.
teenager. So I'm like this, and I'm gonna be like, oh, so it's not gonna be every Saturday, and I'm like, oh, the same DeAndre coming in the studio. And if I'm next week, I'm be like, hello, you're my deep voice, like, hello, good morning, I'm a teenager now. So yes, my deep voice, yes.
DeAndre,
Oh,
I can't. I just can't. I don't know. I'm hoping you come in with a deep voice next week. But something tells me, even if it doesn't develop naturally, you're going to bring a deep voice next
I'm
week.
like,
You're going to bring a 13-year-old deep voice next week.
it's like, if it doesn't come, I'll be like, hello, good morning, my name is Sergeant Daniel. Even if I don't have a deep voice, I'm like, yes, I don't, yes.
Yeah, so we are, I guess we have no choice but to be as enthusiastic as DeAndre. And so, DeAndre, we are hoping that you make it with us next week. But if you don't, we understand. And then the next time you come in, either way, you will be a
My deep voice.
13-year-old old with a deep voice.
Yes.
We'll see how long the deep voice carries through for. But on that note, everybody now knows that DeAndre, he came into the studio this morning. He was excited, and we couldn't leave without allowing him to make the announcement that he will be a teenager next week. So happy advanced birthday until next week, when we get to wish you happy birthday, DeAndre. And to all of our radio listeners, our viewers, we want to wish you a very special week, and we hope that you're able to enjoy. To all of the mothers, once again, we wish you a very, very, very happy Mother's Day, and we want you to continue to be celebrated, not just once a year, but for you to be celebrated all year long for all of the work that you do, and for all that you do to make sure that our future, our children, our young people are molded and taken care of and nurtured. Thank you so much for all that you do once again, and have a happy Mother's Day and an enjoyable week to all of our listeners and viewers.
Bye-bye.